Hello.
And welcome to
The Champagne Room Secrets Podcast. A podcast where we talk about the spicy industry and our roles in it and how we think about things like culture and stuff.
I like spicy.
Spicy. I'm Candi/Barbie.
I am Kitty. And who are you?
I am Janie Blade, and I deliberately filled my mouth with pretzels to make this segment difficult.
I love that about you because I do think women need to be more difficult.
I do too.
I support women's wrongs.
Exactly. Janie requested a slumber party theme.
I did.
So we're having just a cute little, gwirly slumber party. And we have our Shirley Temples with these straws. I wanted long straws for forever.
I love it.
I believe the theme is, would you have a slumber party with a trans girl?
Would you? All right, listener poll.
Comment down below.
Comment down below. If you are holding a fish in your profile photo, please comment.
And we're eating just some I asked our favorite slumber party snacks. So just candy, really, and chips.
Candy.
And pretzels.
Nothing like doing a podcast with a very dry mouth full of pretzels.
So we've known you.
You have?
For a few minutes. No.
Oh, oops.
You know what So you know what I thought about? That maybe this is awkward. I knew this was going to be chaotic, and I am honestly great.
What? Oops.
Tuck them down there. See how many you
For
can
later.
get.
You know what I thought? We're never going to be on Wiki Feet because we never show our feet
I'm
on
on
camera.
WikiFeet. Oops.
I refuse to do it.
Wait, what's your Wiki Feet rating?
Oh, no, okay, so I'm on WikiFeet, not because I put myself on WikiFeet. A director for a film that I was in put me on there. And so you have to make an IMDb account before you have a WikiFeet account. So not only did he make me a WikiFeet account, he had to make me an IMDb account to make me a WikiFeet account. And thank you very much. My feet on WikiFeet are just okay.
Well, I am going to insert that right now, a screenshot of your Wiki Feet rating. You guys, let's get those Wiki Feet ratings. Let's get it up.
Let's get Janie's Wiki Feet
Let's
up.
get it up. Please go over to Wiki Feet and upvote.
They're old photos. I've had some work done on my feet.
Have you really?
No.
Oh. I didn't know people did that. Wait, people don't. You're
Some
lying.
people do Botox so they lose feeling when they wear heels.
Slay.
There's a lot of candy in my bra.
Yeah, just stick them wherever you want. We just throw candy.
I didn't make it.
Try to throw. Oh! Wait, that is actually a very fun game.
That bounce is beautiful.
But I feel like it's like pinball. I need to get it down. It bounces bing, 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 and it goes down.
Go for it.
One more.
No!
We do have an interview to do.
We do?
So,
I mean,
Wait. Oh, so we've known each other for a while.
we've known each other.
Yeah.
Like our last guest, you used to shoot our burlesque shows.
Oh, yeah.
Way back when in the day, you were a photographer, and a mutual friend introduced us, and I was like, do you want to shoot our burlesque show? Here's $5 or whatever. But
And I was like, fuck yeah.
$20.
I loved shooting that show, by the way.
Thank you.
It was so fun.
And then, I don't know, somewhere around that, you kind of started transitioning out of photography and transitioning
Into?
This gorgeous baby
this
right here.
gorgeous baby.
I started transitioning from behind the camera to in front of the camera.
Exactly. So you're a porn star.
I guess I'm a retired porn star.
Retired porn star / current
/ director.
/ director. And then what would you call
/
yourself?
producer.
Yeah. What would you call
/
yourself?
social media
Multi-hyphenate.
starlet. No.
Multi-hyphenate.
You're like a content, like an adult content creator?
Yeah, I'm a content producer these
Okay,
days.
okay.
I retired from the studio porn world for lots of reasons.
Yeah.
I was also doing a little directing. And I said, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
The money sucks. I can make more money at home. And also I can make the content that I want to make.
Gorge.
You're already so good on camera because you're looking into the camera and you're doing the hot little
What?
soft talk voice.
I'm a little reclamped today. I had a sore
I don't
throat.
even know what that means.
Verklempt?
What does that mean?
It's like a,
Like,
a little.
You guys are both.
but you know.
I literally don't. I'm literally dumb. I'm getting dumber by the day.
But you've heard the word.
I don't think I have, to be honest.
Us East Coast Jews, we got a little reclaimed.
Are you Jewish?
I am.
Mazel.
I am a Romani Gypsy Jew. And a transsexual. So I am on the top of the list of going into the ovens, but
Hey, Once we monetize, right?
Okay, so
Question number 1 for the interview part.
for the interview part,
This conversation.
all right, I usually start out with this question. When was your first foray into sex work?
10,000 years ago.
Were you the first whore?
I was the first whore.
Oh my god.
I was Jesus's mother.
Hot.
No, so I used to do like kind of like, I guess back then you would call it rent boy stuff because I was a little bit different back then. And, you know, I would like kind of hook up with daddies and like they'd pay my rent. I go to fancy parties with them and all that stuff. And I think that's kind of where I got my start into I used to do more full service stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I took a long break and then I started transitioning and doing cam work. And from cam work, I did studio porn. From studio porn, I started producing my own stuff. And now I only do online content. So don't sign into my site and ask me, hey, baby, I'm in town, blah, 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 because that's not going to fucking happen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So going back to your first foray, how did you find clients for that work?
Oh, my God. I was living in the neighborhood in Philadelphia. I didn't have to find clients.
So you would just walk outside.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't pick up these guys, but like, you walk home in the neighborhood in Philly at that time period, and like guys in sedans from the suburbs would be like, you need a ride. Like, people are just hungry for it.
Yeah. So they really
Yeah.
found you.
Yeah.
You did not have to.
I did a little Craigslist stuff and a
Okay,
little
yeah.
like online stuff, like hookup sites and stuff like that. I would find people, and yeah.
Would you call it like sugaring maybe?
Yeah, I think that's kind of a good way of putting it. I think it's a little more than sugaring because when I think of sugaring, I think like, I bought you a purse. Like, no, this person's like, here's your groceries, here's your rent. Like, here's things you need to survive. Like,
Yeah. Like you weren't
So,
getting like fancy stuff. You're like trying to get your basic
a little
needs
bit,
met.
but yeah, I wasn't like fancy. I was kind of like a little scummy. Like,
I mean, you
like
were just
punk, you know?
You needed something. They wanted something. Do you feel good, like, about your experience? Do you feel like you were, like, respected?
You know, I do feel pretty good because I was kind of scrappy. I've always been pretty scrappy. So I feel like people knew better than trying to disrespect me.
Ooh.
When I met you,
Uh-huh.
you looked very different.
Oh, yeah.
And you had a very deep, powerful voice.
Commanding.
No, but it's kind of amazing, though, because you've done vocal training and, like, hormones and stuff. No, but I can see you being, like, very intimidating.
Well, I mean, I still kind of am. And,
Well,
you know,
right, like, still, because you're kind of, like...
You're so
I'm
soft
covered in
and
tattoos.
sweet, though.
Right. No, you're so
That's because
soft
you
and
know
sweet.
me.
Well, right.
Although your pain tolerance.
When I was crazy into BDSM and stuff, I would just get the
We all went
shit
to,
kicked out of me.
sex party together once.
Hot.
Oh, that's right. We did. That was cute.
I put a bunch of little metal clips on you.
Should I make pretend to remember this?
No,
No,
it's
it's
totally
totally
fine
fine.
if you
No,
don't
you're
remember
fine.
it.
I remember. You know, I do remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of sex.
A lot of those parties, I'm like eating snacks in the corner and kind of being judgmental.
That's what we did. And then, like, I had brought some
That's my kink.
implements.
Judgment.
It's being a bitch.
I mostly remember I think I have them around here.
Don't touch anything. It's all gonna fall.
No, I know that. But, like, these little, like, metal clamps, I was, like, putting them on your
Yeah,
body.
they're like 2 steps above a clothespin.
Yeah. It was like a metal clothespin.
I don't think I have the tolerance I used to.
What
to
I
be honest.
remember was that you covered Janie with them.
Yeah.
And then Janie had one removed and was like, absolutely not.
And you started running.
And you started running and she
Oh my
was
God.
chasing you,
I remember.
pulling them off of you. And then Billy Bob, her partner, was in the corner hiding. And when my partner looked over at Billy Bob, I don't know if there's like a gag or something, but the eyes were wide and the head was going, no, don't say anything.
And also, you did a photo shoot for me and a friend on the eve of me and Billy Bob's first threesome.
Oh, I did. And then that lady wanted to use it for a book.
Anyways, okay. So that was just like a few personal things, but you kind of took a break, I guess, sex work stuff, and you came back with a bang. You started working.
Oh, yeah.
How did
I
you
hit
get
the ground
into
running.
studio porn? How does that work?
Oh my God, they fucking found me on Twitter.
Wow.
Honestly.
What can you say what studio you first worked with?
At the time, this was a very typical, I am an online trans cam girl route. You know, I started camming on Chatterbait. And then, you know, I had a Twitter presence because everyone does. And like Groovy is like everyone's like introduction into trans porn. And they're easy to work with. I developed a relationship with their company and I worked for them a bunch and had a good time. And then I feel like at that time, you worked for that company and then you worked for this company. If you kind of wanted to keep doing it and like were like good enough to do it, and then you kind of, there's like a few companies that you keep Like
MLM. You're like unlocking different like.
Yeah, like in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
And then,
I like that better.
It's a platformer.
And then eventually you fight the 4-armed guy and he tries to fist you. And then it gets a little weird. And then you realize, oh, wait, a lot of other things were kind of weird. And then you're like, wait, I'm not getting paid for this enough.
Oh my God, I just have so many questions.
I was getting paid, but not enough.
Do you get like any residual money?
Oh no.
There we go.
Oh no.
There we go. So no, you were not paid.
So you know like how like the SAG strikes happen and stuff,
Yeah.
all that stuff they're fighting for, and like porn doesn't even have the stuff that they had before. They have no residuals, no insurance, you get fucking nothing. Half the companies don't even pay for your STD testing. Ooh. A lot of them pay for mine because I'm special, and also I advocate for myself. If you advocate for yourself, a few of them will, but they won't if you don't. That's kind of the last straw for me, like when I decided to retire from doing studio work. When I retired, I was starring and directing and a little bit of producing, and the money wasn't good enough, like because there's no residuals whatsoever. I can tell you how much people make. I don't really give a shit.
I would love to
Oh,
know.
absolutely. Average girl rate for a porn scene is $1,000.
Like trans girl or just umbrella?
Any, yeah. No,
Okay,
any.
okay.
That feels so
That feels
low.
very low because aren't you on set for so many fucking hours?
Here's the deal. That's like kind of like the base rate.
Okay.
You could, so anywhere from 600. Yes, you heard me. Anywhere from 600 for a scene to $3,000. When I retired, my rate was 2,000.
Your base rate for
My
one
base
scene.
rate was.
But like how long does it take to shoot a scene on average?
It really depends on what kind of scene it is. There's also different companies, different types of scenes. Like I've done scenes that they call gonzo, which is like more of like a evil angel style scene where like you're just being nasty as possible. And then I've been on sets that are for like adult time and stuff like that. That's basically like the Netflix of porn, which is higher production. They have some great cinematographers. A few of them are friends of mine. I think they do a fantastic work. I would like to say that. However, you are on set for like 14 fucking hours. Why, like a PA is like, I don't know, why is this light over here? And then they argue about the light for 2 hours. And then like they argue about wanting shrimp on their tacos. And they're like, oh, we don't have the budget for shrimp.
Like, naked,
and you're like, hey, man,
spread eagle.
My dick is hard right now. It's time to shoot this fuck scene because, you know, like I'm all hopped up on boner pills, in makeup, full face.
Does everyone use boner pills on
Oh my
set?
God. Yeah. Well, you got to use something.
Yeah.
Honestly, like
I
I don't
wonder
care.
about that though because it is so impressive.
I don't care how into a person you are. Like you got to perform.
Yeah.
And it's like,
so
you're in a room full of people. It's like, you know, like some surly guy holding a mic that has no front teeth. And it's like, and I'm personally into that. I like to be watched, and I like to be watched by creepy people. So that's a plus for me.
You don't always get a guy with no teeth though, so sometimes you have to improvise.
You don't always get Ron.
Yeah.
Bless his heart.
What was your best shoot income-wise, and what was your worst?
$3,000, I think. For my worst was 1,000, but you know, there's a bad $1,000 day and there's a good $1,000 day.
For sure.
Yeah, I feel like this is what I started debating at my last year in porn. It's like, am I doing this as a business or am I doing it for my ego? And I'm like, do I want to be on this set because I think it's a fun little party and I get to like hang out with people and it's cool and it's like a mansion? But like, okay, like I don't own this mansion. I don't own a house.
That's just so little money for that much.
Yes, it is. That's the thing that blows my mind is it's also really funny too because girls will be like, my rate's $2,000. My rate's $2,000, and like, oh well, I just worked with blah 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 for 1,000 because it's a vibe, you know, it's fun on set and blah blah blah. And it's like you are literally winning Performer of the Year, and this is what you're getting paid.
Performer of the Year, so like AVN Performer of the Year would be getting those rates.
Yeah, and well, what I found, I think it was like the Emmys or the Grammys or something. They created them so actors want to form a union.
Whoa.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because when you're focused on awards and like
Right,
competing
you're
and
just
doing
trying
better,
to get the experience.
you're like, I'll just do it. I'll pay you to do it.
Well, and
it's
there's
like,
so much money behind getting people nominated. That's crazy.
Wait.
And, you know, I complained a lot. I tried to advocate. I tried to, like, you know, we should do better. But, like, at the end of the day, a lot of people are wrapped up in that ego mentality. And It's not going to change, and people aren't going to change it. And also, the industry is not doing well, period. Yeah. It's like, why do I want to watch a scripted, I'm a plumber, I'm here to fix your pipes. Oh, no. Like, so fake, blah, blah, blah. When you could go to someone's OnlyFans, my OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/Janie Blade, why would you go there when you can actually watch an organic hookup? Or, like, I make custom videos. Like, I can cater shit to you.
Yeah.
Or if you're like, hey, this is my thing, I'm really into this. I'm like, oh, I have 3 videos of that already. Or if you want to pay for a custom video, I would be glad to do that because I answer all my own fucking messages and like I actually interact with people when they sign up.
Yeah.
So like if you're a porn consumer, why would you pick this like fake overproduced thing over something organic and more real? And also there's like a lot of the reasons there's restrictions on things is because the credit card companies make the rules. Like that's why you don't see brothers, you see stepbrothers. And like that's why you don't see rape porn, you see stuck porn. Because people want these fucked up scenarios, but you have to figure out workarounds because of the payment processors who are controlling the rules.
It's gotten a lot more tightened up too.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, even on OnlyFans it has. Because I remember when I could pee on OnlyFans.
Yeah. You can't pee anymore?
No pee.
I had a lot of stuff taken down. It's making a lot more sense.
They have bots now too. They take down all sorts of stuff. This one girl, I saw her tweet this morning. She's like, OnlyFans took down my video of me sucking my own dick because I didn't tag another performer. I was like, bless your heart, girl. The thing also I would like to mention about rates and like performance and porn and stuff is it is so much harder for trans women than anyone. Period. I don't fucking care. It's so much harder than males. It's harder than females. We got shit on for fucking years, but now, you know, like we're like in vogue and we're all cool and stuff. I mean, we always sold amazingly, but the new boy-girl scene is a girl-girl scene with a trans woman because why look at a weird dude when you can look at a pretty girl with a dick?
Hard degree. The hardest degree I could have.
But the thing is, though, it's so much harder because, like, a typical day on set, say if you're bottoming or you're switching or whatever, you wake up, you clean your ass out, hair, makeup, whole 9. And then not only do you have to look like a pretty woman, you basically have to do, like, the male role, too. So then, okay, you got to inject your dick or pop boner pills.
Inject.
I've never failed a scene. I've come close to failing one scene. Failing a scene would be if I could not get hard. And I've never injected my dick. That's like a Trimax, Bimax. You literally put a needle into your dick. And yeah, it gets hard. Not only do you have to be pretty, feminine, blah, 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 you have to get your dick hard when you're pumped full of hormones. And like people, like this isn't as big as it used to be. Like you got to shoot huge loads. If I am replacing male hormones with female hormones, my balls are not producing these huge loads, period. Like, it doesn't happen. This is always a crazy question. How many ropes?
What? I hate that term.
Girl, we need like a rope.
Enough for CrossFit.
Enough for a firehouse.
Fucking pirate ship.
Enough to shiver your timbers, baby. But the answer is 27.
I will say now, like, having sex with more men than I ever have my entire life.
Jealous.
Hey, team up.
We'll talk about that later.
I was like, I have people.
Do you do strap-on stuff or like? Yeah.
I've only penetrated like a woman with a strap-on. What I was saying is sometimes it's like, it's not even that much. Sometimes it's like, there's no like consistency, was I'm saying. It's like even like.
Do you know who shits themselves the most on a porn set?
I have a guess based on context clues.
It's cis women trying to squirt.
You heard it here, folks.
I am actually a big fan of squirt. I did a scene once where, like, she's squirting in my face. Like, I'm spitting it in her mouth. It's going back and forth. It's like a puddle on this couch. I'm sucking off the couch.
What is your favorite kind of scene to shoot?
Girl with chemistry, whether it is cis or trans. I'm a pansexual. I am into all bodies, and it's more of an energy thing for me. Like, whatever part you have, like, I'm sure we can make something work. Like, even touch in a certain way is like orgasmic and sex and blah blah blah. But not also a lot of good male talent. There's just that's like another reason.
What makes them not good to work with usually?
Oh, they're scummy.
Oh, because that's
they're
their
just,
attitude.
Yeah, they're scummy dudes with like, they're just gross. They're just low class. And I am very low class, but I mean, it's just, there's not a lot of incentive for men to even perform in studio porn because a lot of the time, some of these guys make like $200 for a scene.
Oh.
Whoa.
So it's like a dime a dozen.
And I think generally they make like $600.
What if like recognizable male porn, like cis male porn stars?
I wouldn't be surprised if like big guys were making like 1,000.
No, it's just insane to me.
But yeah, I mean, no residuals, no. Like, that's why you end up with like a lot of these guys who are taking advantage of women, who have bad reputations, who are just doing shady stuff.
Have you been approached by these kind of like, I call them e-pimps because they're essentially like reaching out. They're finding OnlyFans models or porn actors.
Oh my God.
Reaching
like
out like, hey, do you have management?
Jesus.
Like, oh, you're so gorgeous, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you could be making this much money. And it's like, oh my God, could I? What? How much do I give to you?
It's coming up with like more and more like, I don't know, B-list celebrity men, probably even like C or D-list. They've been like approaching like some like YouTubers, some like rappers and stuff have been like OnlyFans girls are like sharing the messages they get about like trying to be recruited into these
I actually
like.
saw a really funny meme. It was like, OnlyFans management is the Avon for bros.
Bars.
I used to have claws, but clack, clack.
You always had like really good claws, and you had like one claw hand and one not claw hand, right?
Yeah, one short hand and one claw hand. This came up in a movie I did once. It was actually called Holes and Poles because the interviewer was like, can you explain your nails? So I had one hand that was really long claws. I had one hand that was really short, and they were always really beautiful. My friend was like, can you explain your nails for us? And I'm like, well, one for holes and one clack, clack, clack for poles.
Oh, I love.
That's good though, because like you don't have to have it, but like a good nailed hand around.
Oh yeah, oh my God.
It's a vibe.
It's stunning.
It's like an accessory to the member.
It is an accessory to the member. I agree. So I'm not wearing lashes today, but I
Your
feel
lashes
like
look really good.
Yeah,
Really?
they're
Oh
really
my God,
you got
stop.
very long
Ah.
eyelashes.
bless your heart.
Wow. You
Thank
do.
you so much.
They're not extensions. That's just you.
No, that's me.
Me and Kitty are also not wearing fake lashes.
Natural.
We're very natural today.
But oh my God, for a good blowjob scene, there's like 2 requirements for female talent: nails and lashes. You need blowjob lashes because you say so much.
And you have to like look. You have to look up
With-
through them. Yeah.
Your eyes,
Right.
and your expression, and yeah.
We asked about your favorite scenes when you're doing like bigger produced stuff, but what's your favorite thing to do when you are just creating?
Oh, so I am actually an oil painter. I do gold leaf. I've been a fine artist for a long time. I'm actually just getting back into painting for myself, which is really lovely. I was a photographer for a very long time, even for fun, professionally as well. And I'm learning to DJ. And I'm going to be DJing on Twitch once I'm good enough. Twitch.tv/Janie Blade.
Adult content wise, what's your like favorite?
Or what do people ask from you a lot of the time?
I used to do a lot of Dom stuff, and I did like doing that. I still enjoy it. It's not like my favorite thing to do anymore. Before it was like very powerful for me, and like, you're my bitch, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that's fun or whatever. But I am very switchy. I really enjoy a good daddy. And I do a lot of like sissy training stuff, which is always a lot of fun. I do love my little sissies. But solo content I would do for fun for myself would be, I actually have an inflatable furniture fetish. I like humping inflatable furniture.
Wow. I love that.
That's hot.
Isn't it? It's weird.
That's really hot and fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was like really young, like 12 or something, I had like an inflatable like chair from like a beer company, and I like fucked the
little cup holder?
cup holder. And maybe it stems from that.
Wait, do you really like those inflatable like sex dolls?
I've never fucked a sex doll. I really should.
Yeah, you should try.
You haven't?
Tune in next time.
Yeah.
I love knowing people's weird fetish. I mean, they don't have to be weird, but I feel like I do when I'm like getting to know a new client. I'll be like, nice to kind of ask that. And so many people are like, I don't know.
Oh my God, what are you into? Everything. I'm like, really, sir? Because the first horrible thing that's going to come out of my mouth, you are absolutely going to hate. Guys are like, oh, I have this thing I've never done it before, but it's probably too taboo. And it's just, okay, get on your knees and choke on my dick. And
That's it.
they're as happy as a clam.
Yeah.
I want to hear about your TikToking.
It really took me a long time to kind of wrap my head around TikTok. I was like, how do I use this? Because TikTok I think it really is amazing because of like, I'm kind of a nerd in the regards of like editing and like apps and stuff like that. And last year I started using it a bunch and it was going well. And then I started doing lives. The lives went really well too. I made like $40 on my second TikTok live, and like those things you get tipped are like 5 cents. But I got shadow banned on TikTok, and then I've had 4 accounts. All of them got shadow banned, and I was doing such vanilla like, would you date a trans girl, whatever, blah blah blah. But I think I got shadow banned because my bra was really pink. And the AI thought it was like actual tit. And then like my accounts just wouldn't work. And like I got IP banned, I got phone banned. So I literally had to build another phone to use TikTok.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start posting again this week, fingers crossed.
What's the handle?
I haven't made the handle yet. I should make it up right now just so I can plug it. The handle is
Janie Blade Yum.
Do you have any random stories that you like to share that tickle you?
I feel like one scene always is my standout of like ridiculous, silly on-set moments. But this one company is known for their domination scenes. They're all blah, blah, blah. And like the company always had like a weird reputation. Like, oh, the CEO is a monster, but the people working there are good. And then it started getting better, and then it got worse. And then they moved to Vegas, and they have like this like very Hills Have Eyes compound in Vegas. So at that point, I was only working for them under very strict guidelines and regulations. Like, this person has to be on set. This is the way it has to be. They never really shoot girl trans content. So me and a friend of mine, Emma Rose, who's a big porn person, she dommed me for a scene, and the scene wasn't hot. It was like, I feel like we were like, what's the dumbest shit that we can do high on cocaine today?
It's every day of our life.
It's every Saturday for us.
I do talk about this on my social media and stuff. I don't do drugs anymore. I don't drink alcohol. But at the time, I indulged. So I got saran wrapped to a wheelchair in like an abandoned building. And Emma must have held this piss in for like 5 hours. It was a 2-minute long piss. I am saran wrapped to a wheelchair, high on cocaine, taking in as much pee in my mouth as I can, spitting it all over myself. Like, we're just cackling at each other. And then at one point she grabs my dick, and I'm trying to pee into my own mouth like a monkey. And I'm like, saran wrapped to this fucking wheelchair. And then finally I get out of the wheelchair, and I feel like we're both trying to like slam each other into this drywall. I wanted to do like Terminator, like breaking through the drywall. We're like making, that part was hot. We're like making out, like slamming each other into drywall, and like that's a really fun scene. There was also a friend of mine who has been a porn director for a really long time, who I really enjoy working with. He's such a piece of shit, and I love him for it because there's so many pieces of shits in the porn industry, but a lot of them don't own it. And like, oh, you are such a piece of shit, but that's who you are, and I love that about you. I showed up on set this one day. He's like, hey, getting makeup. Here's some mushrooms. Like, I'll see you in a little bit. I'm like, okay. So I'm like tripping balls on mushrooms, and he hands me this script that he's like, yeah, I wrote this the other day. I had COVID. I was high on mushrooms. Like, I was locked in my basement, like quarantine. And I'm like, the dialogue is just like a D-rate, like science fiction movie. It's referencing stuff from a movie I wasn't even in. It's like,
No.
Like, it's so wordy, and like, I'm high on mushrooms. I'm like trying to read this fucking script. And then I watched like the edit of it, and I'm like, they didn't use like half the dialogue, and it's just like
Have you ever had any like notable experiences with any like, I don't know, famous or known people
in the DMs?
You get a lot of male performers who don't work with trans women in your DMs a lot too.
Ooh, really?
Oh yeah, trying to fuck you, or like, I'll just give you some advice. Blah,
But
blah,
they
blah.
won't work with?
Oh no, they won't work with you. But they'll like.
But they want to like on the side, they'll be like coaching.
Oh yeah, no, they want to get fucked. They want to suck your dick. They want to like do all this shit. But that's the thing with trans women in general, is like, everyone wants to fuck us. but they're afraid of what their buddy's gonna say, or like what their mom would say, or am I gay? And it's like, well, sir, do you think like a gay man wants to have sex with me? No. They think like a lot of trans women went through like a whole gay, like they were gay before. And I think, you know, like they think like we've all gone through gay culture. And yeah, I've been in gay culture or whatever, but like I never really fit in as a gay man. Like I never felt at home as a gay man.
You've been like very punk and kind of like,
you know, I was a punk, I was a club kid, I threw raves when I was a teenager. Like I mingled with all the weirdos and the drag queens.
You weren't in musical theater.
Yeah,
you
I was
weren't
not
in musical theater
gay. No. I was like,
you're not gym
selling
gay.
drugs and throwing raves.
Yeah, like, you were a cool gay.
But yeah, I mean, like, we don't come from gay men. We don't come, like, we're our own thing. Gay men don't want to fuck us. And if they do, it's for their OnlyFans. I feel like I get it less, but like straight people want to talk to trans women about Drag Race a lot.
Well, straight girls want to talk about Drag Race, period. Yeah. That's straight woman culture.
I'm like, what? It is. See, thank you.
Yeah, no.
Right? It's
yeah.
like, I don't fucking know. I can tell you all sorts of shit about the lore of Fallout or Warhammer or Dungeons and Dragons.
I would love that. I love Fallout.
I know, I'm ready for you to stream. That's my new television show.
Yeah.
I had like 3 people in my room the other day too on Twitch. It was funny though because this guy was like, "Oh, you got Twitter?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got Twitter." He's like, "You have 130,000 followers and you have 3 people in your Twitch room." And I'm like, "Goddamn right it is."
You're a multifaceted woman.
I am.
It's just a little treat for the ignore fetish people.
I know. Make sure you tip that bitch. I had so much fun.
Thank you, babe.
I had so much fun.
No, I actually did. I truly had so much fun.
Yeah.
I had so
Thank
much
you
fun.
so
We've been
much.
wanting this to happen forever, and I'm glad. I'm so glad we made it happen. And you're here, and we're all queer, and we did it.
We did it.
We did it.
So,
Thank you
y'all-
so much for having me.
You better follow Janie on all the things.
Oh, yeah. So here's my plug. OnlyFans.com/JanieBlade, JanieBlade.com, Twitter.com/JanieBladeX, Fun Janie Blade on Instagram, also Fit Janie Blade on Instagram, on Twitch? TikTok.
Janie Blade, yum. If you guys listened, go watch it.
You can watch on YouTube. You can watch on Spotify. You can listen other places. And we're on Instagram, Twitter, technically TikTok as well.
Would you watch a trans girl podcast?
Would you watch a trans girl on a podcast?
Would it be gay if you watched a trans girl on a podcast?
Would it be gay if you sent a trans girl DJ a request to play Lady Gaga on Twitch?
Honestly, I think that would make you gay.
I think that would make
I
Yeah,
think that
you'd
does
probably
make
be
you
pretty
gay.
fucking gay if you did that.
All right.
Okay, bye. It's online bullying.
We like to online bully each other sometimes. That's just bullying each other to our face.
I know.
I like that. Can you bully me?
But it's not even sexy. It's like, you're so fucking stupid. You watched her cook 3 times.
That's really... I'm into this.
Okay.